Episode 084.
My name is Colin Chee. I'm the creator of Never Too Small YouTube channel, and I'm based in Melbourne. I studied design at Swinburne University in Melbourne about many years ago, really. And afterwards, I studied film and TV productions at GMC Academy. Success for me is we can have everything we could achieve, the goal, the results or whatever, in numbers or in financial way or in fame. But at the end of the day, when you go to bed, it's what you feel then, end of the day, it's the most important.
Welcome to Innovator Diaries, a show where influencers and leaders from all walks of life share their story and experiences. You learn the strategies and action points that have helped them find success and get to where they are today. You'll hear their stories and valuable advice to help you on your own path. These messages may also help somebody you know, so please share. Okay, perfect. Well, Colin, look, thank you so much for your time today. I am really interested in knowing your story because, to be honest with you, Never Too Small is one of my favorite channels in YouTube. I really like it. And when you accepted to come into this interview, I was like, yeah, that's great. Just to give you a little bit of background, I'm an architect by trade. And I then stopped working as an architect. I went to work in education and now I have my own business, but architecture has always been a passion of mine. And I think that the architects and the designs you're profiling are just fantastic. And I think it's extremely challenging to come with creative ideas for such small spaces. So thank you for creating the channel as well. Perhaps to start the interview, if you could tell me a little bit about your childhood and who was the most influential person in that stage of your life.
I was born in Malaysia and I grew up in Malaysia. Since I was a kid, I played the piano and I played the violin as well. And my childhood dream used to be a composer. And
wow.
My favorite composer when I was a kid was Tchaikovsky and Bach. And as I grew older, when I went to university, I discovered Philip Glass. And since then, Philip Glass is really my inspirations in many aspects, not just musically, but also visually.
Why visually? Who is he? Can you explain just quickly for people who don't know who he is?
So Philip Glass is a modern composer. He's still alive these days, and he's a contemporary music composer, and his music is very minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 80s, he composed a film score for a film called Koyaanisqatsi, which is a series of time-lapse filmed in America. They made into a movie, and I was so amazed by the time-lapse and the simplicity of it.
And for example, all the things that he inspired in you, how are you using them today in your everyday life or in your work or when making decisions?
So I really love his string quartet music. About a couple years ago, I started to transcribe them into piano. So basically transcribing 4 string instruments into piano. Basically, you only have 2 hands on piano. So I learned to simplify and get the accents out of that piece of music.
Wow.
And so by doing that, it's part of the editing process. And it's just like editing a film. You have hours of footage and then you turn it into a few minutes. All you need is to get the essence out of it.
Wow, and so this was kind of your perhaps initiation or start in editing? Because that's what you do right now. You're an editor, correct?
Yeah, I'm a video editor. I work for
Want to listen to the entire interview? Simply go to innovatordiaries.com/episode number. Or you can find this episode and hundreds of other great stories on Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast player is. Please check me out on LinkedIn. Follow or connect with me as I'm very proactive on that social network. And finally, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll get all the new stories as soon as they're released. See you next time.